Hey, this is Morning Perfect Base. I hope you're having a good morning. I am here working on my perfect base, and it's night again. I'll get there. I'm going to work on my base a little bit each day, and we're going to see what happens after a couple of weeks. I'm currently trying to mix it up. I'm going to be doing a little bit of just regular old media commentary, the kind of thing that the internet's just full of. Well, I'm doing that today for this. However, for Minecraft Perfect Base, what I'm going to be doing with my hands, well, sort of hands, virtual hands, is I'm going to be completing a subterranean storage facility. I'm getting a lot of dirt really from all of this. And, oh crap. So I need a place to put it all. So, anyway, while I'm taking care of this, Star Trek Discovery wrapped up. I didn't really watch it, but it seemed a little too grimdark, and really I think making grimdark Star Treks is a way of fixing something that isn't broken. Usually folks imagine that Star Trek is idealistic and consequence-free and lighthearted. No consequences. Anyway, Discovery eventually found some kind of Star Trek principles. They were kind of playing a long game with us. So, and I respect that. I respect the long game. So, I'm not entirely happy. I haven't watched it. So, I do have spoilers, though, because of the internet. Spoilers. I'm sad that the Doctor died. And their insipid little after show said, "Oh, you're not really dead." No, he seems pretty dead. It doesn't seem terrible, even if my current take on it isn't great. I feel like I'm nitpicking more than anything else. I'm not gonna back my chest up here. My chest is gonna go. I have a little walkway. I'm gonna start the chest right here. Complete, no plan, judgment based on feeling. But there's also like a cosmetically altered Cleon who had a dead human's psychology implanted on him, and now everyone's just acting like he's that human now. I don't know. It just seems super weird, guys. I gotta check my notes here. This all needs to go a level lower. That seems stupid. I like Saru though. Saru seems cool. I like that he's kind of like a Worf. I mean, that is if, the one crewman who's an actual Cleon isn't their Worf. But, because he's still a Cleon. You can't just pretend that he's not a Cleon. It doesn't matter. So, Ready Player One is rolling out, and people got their pickaxes out. Look, pickaxes. Pickaxes are how we make mobs here in the Minecraft world. Lots of pickaxes. Give me all the... I was going to say all the wood like that was a lot, but really it's not a lot. I get the urge to cram together a bunch of 80s stuff, and if it lets us get a half dozen shitty 80s remakes, man, pile it on. But I just can't give a shit about tired old Chosen One narratives and things that I like being kind of tarted up for a general audience, and then marched out in front of me like I should give a damn. I don't give a damn at pictures of things that I like. And the Chosen One narrative is terrible, and it's old, and it's played out, especially when the Chosen One is chosen because he watched fucking Thundercats or whatever. I mean, it's, in terms of being a hero, it's better than fucking Destiny. Just, oh, you're the Chosen One for reasons, because we have a plot we have to get to. I don't know, but in as much as any of these properties that they're ripping off, paying homage to, I don't know, propping up like a dead corpse in Frisky Dingo whenever Killface had the guy's corpse as a puppet. I don't know, as much as any of them had any kind of real merit in the first place, Iron Giant. As I can't be that outraged. It's disappointing when the good ones are at least reduced to making money. Imagine the DeLorean, but like a middle-aged potbelly DeLorean opening up car washes or whatever. Anyway, it's not even like it's a good. It's like it's the Avengers of the '80s or the Avengers of the '80s or the League of Extraordinary Mullets. It's just like a bunch of. They're not going to cover any of this stuff in any kind of depth. It's going to be, look, here's G.I. Joe. Now he's got to get out of the way because Rainbow Bright needs a fucking turn. He said, knowing full well that there's no girl toys in this movie. So I don't know. It's not even. God help me. It's not even good enough to be the Batman versus Superman of the fucking 80s. It's just like it's just things slapped together with nary a care, including Steven Spielberg. Not that he doesn't care, but he's slapped in there with no care. But I do wonder if Star Trek's in it, and idea for a website. Is it in RPO, where you just look up a site and it tells you if it's in Ready Player One, the movie, Ready Player One, the book, or if it's safe, if it's really safe. I don't know. The exaggerations of 11 pages of straight movie references don't give me hope. It's entirely possible for Ready Player One to have a good story that'll hook me, but the fact that it thinks a pointless E.T. cameo is going to get me in the theater because I recognize E.T. and I like E.T., and yet somehow I don't care about the story around E.T., which made E.T. Oh wow, I'm gonna need more wood. I don't care about the story around E.T. that made me like E.T. It doesn't fucking respect me, and it doesn't fucking respect the story, and I doubt that any story based so heavily on the egregious distaste for stories is gonna hook me based on that. It just seems like the philosophy at play, and that's not something I'm interested in. I have no faith in it. Anyway, I don't just read disco comics. I read web comics as well. I almost said regular comics, which, yeah, I read regular comics too. One of the comics I read is Schlock Mercenary, and it's really heating up. You see they got these long guns which can shoot anywhere in the galaxy, provided they know where you are. I'm gonna actually mine a bit more because I know exactly where I'm going to put all the extra cobble. And the deal is they can shoot anywhere in the galaxy if they know where something is. So there's no way to defend against it that they know of. It's been a conflict a long time coming, and some crazy sociopath just started taking guns with it. So now the only option, well, there's no real options for civilization. Civilization just stops working, and then everyone goes to hide in a hole. The stakes are high, but like they're not so high that the comic has to stop if our characters lose this battle, which they might lose. I don't know. Anything could happen, and it's not because there are no rules, but because the universe never had to explain those rules to us before. The great thing about Schlock Mercenary is that writer-artist Howard Taylor makes this universe tick like a watch, but like a sneaky watch. He never tells us what's going to happen next. I think things are certainly foreshadowed, but never to the extent that fans are really calling their shots with the next move. All right. God really is a watchmaker in this case. Where are we going here? Shoot. This is the general layout. As I put things into these boxes, I'm going to replace this dirt down here with something different. So anyway, I'm really excited about Schlock Mercenary. What else is happening? Oh, Magic. Magic is going back to Dominaria, which is where I think most of Magic happened until the mid-aughts. I think it's where most of Magic, like, by weight has happened so far. Like, Kamal, the Phyrexian Invasion, Ice Age, Legends, I think, the Weatherlight, Mirage. I mean, definitely Weatherlight, I think Legends. Like, all that stuff happened more or less on Dominaria. But then after a while, Wizards of the Coast is like, so our hook is people that go to different planes. What if we just went to a different plane, like on the reg? And so now you got Kamigawa, and you got Kaladesh, and you got Ravnica and Amonkhet, and the other one that people like, Zendikar, is Z. So they're finally, it's been a long time. I want to say it's been like 15 years, I think. 11 years, I think, that we've been gone from Dominaria, and now we're coming back. So everybody wants like one specific thing they liked from Dominaria. It's like trying to go back to 12 different blocks in one block. It's a tall order, but I think DC not oh, wow. I think Wizards is gonna do a good job with it. All of them. Oh, my inventory's full now. Well, let's put this in here. Is this gravel? Yeah, it's gravel. So we're gonna put gravel in here. Boop, gravel. So and again, I think Wizards has done a good job of not just showing artistic discipline in staying away from Dominaria for so long, but in the way that in the previews we've seen so far, which is a whole other deal, we've seen that they've managed to incorporate things so that you got saga cards, which are cool little enchantments which call back to whole storylines. So they got the broad strokes, and they have little touches like the goblins. Whenever the Phyrexians had the Plane of Wrath overlay itself onto Dominaria as part of their invasion, Wrath's goblins called Mogs, like they got these bony heads so they're different, were brought over as well. But now modern day Dominarian goblins have that bone crest showing how the Mogs bred in with them. So you get Dominarian goblins back, which people like because, you know, goblins, they're a key magic race. And then you got the Mogs too, which calls back to a specific type of goblins. And they managed to incorporate one. It's great. Like you got Knights of Sierra and all kinds of stuff. So it doesn't just give you the callbacks, it also answers in some respect things that happened afterwards, which is what people ask when you leave a plane. They're like, well, what happened next? And then we're going to jump ahead like 60 years, I think, from the last time we saw them. And so people are like, this 60 years of history, what was that all about? I mean, let me tell you, for a place that constantly jumps ahead by thousands of years, this should be at ground level, not 2, 3. No, that's 3 blocks up. So there shouldn't be anything at ground level here. This should be solid. I think this is a maintenance / navigational tunnel that I built. So that's going to get filled in with actual floor. Unless I make a skylight like I had with my Oats Knight. Like I had with the prototype for this back in Perfect Base 3. So anyway, so by combining stuff and having callback cards and doing stuff, they've managed to answer a lot of the questions and to have a lot of things that people want to see in the set. It's great. I also want to have a special call out that they released a set called Legends back in the early days, and it was awful because the cards were bad, and it was like legendary creatures, what that nobody knew anything about. And now with Dominaria, they're doing a Legends set that's Legends focused, but that does a lot more clever things and calls back to actual people and places that people know about. And it looks like it's going to be just a dynamite set. I'm not hype about it, but I am pretty excited. I'm like a Dominaria guy. I'm not like an originalist guy. You know how much I fucking hate the unseen in BattleTech. But oh yeah, Chris, you can just dig this stuff out. Yeah, you filled in. Yeah. So now it's just a big hole. But I'm still kind of excited about it on its own merits and on its merits to recognize these things and doing it cleverly, instead of just kind of naming names and saying, oh, he got married. And nobody wants the the Animal House ending of Dominaria. Oh fuck, right. So I'm a cheap guy. I buy comics from Discount Bin. This week at Cyberforce. Speaking of 80s throwbacks, it's written by Mark Silvestri and art by Ko Pham. It's a Vietnamese name. I apologize. So it's pointless drama, stupid daddy issues. God, I hate this thing. Like the bad guys are just like, we get cutaways to bad guys doing things just so we can confirm that yes, they do kick puppies. Like one guy just like offhand threatens to rape a lady and like shoot up a place. It's just lazy. It's bad. This thing has all the subtlety of being hitting the dick with a brick, and I would rather try that particular type of blunt force trauma than to read what Silvestri is giving us. This thing was kickstarted and to full circle it. there was nothing in this that could redeem it. There was no message behind it. This is perfect. This is perfect for Ready Player One. There's nothing in this except for cameo potential. That's it. I may have missed that rank from earlier. I may have completely missed it. Did I do this correctly? Oh, I didn't because flowers. I think I skipped past it. I go from notes basically, and you know, if I happen to be paying attention to Minecraft while this thing rotates, then I just don't catch the note. So apparently there's an entire rant I missed with Ready Player One about things just being cameo ready, as opposed to really being in the movie. They're just going to have cameos in the movie, and that's supposed to get you into the theater. And I think I touched on that. But man, it's just hopeless. Not as hopeless as Cyberforce. Let's face it, no matter how bad Ready Player One is, it's not going to be as bad as Cyberforce. I also want to say that I should have researched this. Ready Player One guy, well, or I guess Ready Player One guy would be the white dude in the movie, but whoever wrote it, apparently he did some awful poetry, and people are making fun of him about it. So I will say this as a logical statement. If he was under the age of 18 when he wrote that, it's really fucking mean-spirited to drag it up as a way to drag the dude. If he was over 18 whenever he wrote that, oh, Jesus Christ. That's the line in the sand. 18 is a pretty arbitrary line in our culture, but one that we fucking respect. So, there you go. Knock it out and or pile on, depending. Someone get back to me on that. Anyway, that is it. I think we're coming along well with our I think I'm coming along well with my storage room, and until god damn it. I can't just leave things around. There we go. Good. Alright, so I'm probably gonna lay down the next couple blocks because they're a little complicated and I'm having trouble. I need to just set up the guideposts and then kind of slap everything down whenever I'm doing this. Goodbye.